First thing I want everyone to do is close your eyes. Relax. Okay. Now think back to when you were a kid. What kind of camera did your parents use? Was it a film camera? Was it a digital camera? Was it black? Was it silver? Got the image in your head? I want you to enlarge it. I want you to widen it. And I want you to hollow it out. You're probably thinking this is not a camera. You're half right. This is a pinhole camera. And is used out of a paint can or any other object that you could close and has no light passing through. A pinhole camera is basically a simple camera that the aperture, or where the light passes through, is replaced by a small hole and not a lens. Today we're going to be talking about different techniques of pinhole photography. Some of the most popular techniques in pinhole photography are warped images, double exposure, and black and white. The first technique we're going to talk about is warped images. A warped image, like this one, is basically an image that's curved around the edges and is larger in the front and stretched out in the front. Yes. With a warped image, if you're not using a pinhole camera and you're using, say, a digital camera or a film camera, you can get this effect by using a fisheye lens. To make a picture like that, what you do is you get a piece of photo like so. What you do is you place it so it's curved around the edges. So the only light that's hitting it is on the front and not the edges. Now that we talked a little bit about warped images, we're going to go on to the second technique called double exposure. Double exposure is basically a layering effect of two different photos. I have two examples, one color and one black and white. You use this by a very simple technique. When you open the flap, which is what covers the light from passing through, you open it, hold it for a few seconds, get the image you want, close the flap, then take it to a different location or whatever you're shooting. Open it again for as long as you can, and then shut it. This will give you the layering effects of both pictures. Different mediums are also used with double exposure. If you're watching a film and there's a ghost scene, they use a green screen by layering different film times over it. Like the movie Van Helsing, a lovely woman is turned into a bloodthirsty vampire using this technique. And there's also different techniques like a photographer, Stacey Bourne. She uses it when she takes pictures of lighthouses. And she has quoted, "If you're looking at a lighthouse and your eye captures the top of the lighthouse and then the floors around the bottom, why can't you have it in one shot?" Although these two techniques are very unique, we're going to talk about the last technique that most people see every day. This technique is black and white. This is a photo I took 3 years ago. So
in the bucket? You took it in the bucket?
No, actually I took that with 35mm.
Oh, okay.
So we filmed. And then I processed it and did all that. But this is the most commonly technique because it is the most easy to grasp and it is really no skill is really involved in it. The only thing you need to learn is balance of the contrast between black and white. So just showing that picture, there's very dark and then very light aspects, and there's some gray. You could use this technique with really anything. You could do it with film, and you could also do it with digital. With digital, when you scan it into the computer, there is just things with Photoshop that you can change it. And then also that helps you, if you ever see, it'll say like contrast, this is when you'd use the contrast for it. Also with film, you could just buy film, black and white film. It's very easy. And when you are using black and white, it gives you very different effects or ways that the picture looks like or feels. If you want to do a very dramatic effect, like for a wedding or for a birthday, this is what I would use because it kind of like changes your look on the picture. But also, if you want to go for a vintage look, what I say you do is get like a very grainy feel for a picture, like something that isn't focused, and then put it in black and white so it looks aged. And then also, this is also good for seasonal shots. Like photographer Mark Field. He was a seasoned photographer, and he was shooting in January. And he says, I took several shots of just snow and natural trappings in the park. And then the pictures that he had, I don't have any on me, unfortunately, but they're the whole bottom was just white, and the gray sky, and the black trees. It was a really pretty picture because there was a lot of contrast. But now that you know some techniques that you can use when doing photography or using a pinhole camera, I want you to go out, try them, and see if you like them. But remember, photography is just basically looking at life through a new lens.